I'm Laura Simmons, Regional Curator for Sea Life in Australia and New Zealand. This is such an awesome day for us here at Sea Life Sydney and with our partners at DPI Fisheries Research. We are taking our baby seahorses, 300 of our baby seahorses, to Port Stephens to be released onto seahorse hotels today. Being able to release them into Port Stephens is such a huge step because that is an area where they're most critically in danger. The reason it's so important and why it's been such an amazing journey is we've been able to more than quadruple our holding space for our beautiful seahorse lab and nursery, and we've been able to breed more than 1,000 baby seahorses this year. The juvenile seahorses that we have here are actually from parents that came from Port Stephens. These Port Stephens adults were collected specifically for our breeding program. In order to assure genetic diversity amongst our breeding program, we wanted to make sure that the animals were genetically appropriate when they were released. Sea Life Sydney Aquarium was so fortunate. We received very generous grant support from the Threatened Species Commission's Environment Recovery Fund this year. And by receiving this funding, we not only expanded our seahorse breeding labs and our nursery facilities, but it's also allowed us to expand the range where we can help to recover the species all the way north to Port Stephens. Grant funding provided 30 seahorse hotels so that we were able to have them deployed into Port Stephens. They were put out into the water of Port Stephens a couple of months ago specifically to become biofouls. We want them to become encrusted with living organisms like sponges and corals, and also become inhabited by the food source for our baby seahorses once they go to live in those seahorse hotels. As we move on into year 5 of our project, we'll continue to partner with DPI Fisheries Research, not only to continue breeding seahorses, deploying more seahorse hotels, and also establishing the range to be farther and broader. Really, our goal is to recover fully this endangered species. This multi-year, very collaborative project is not possible without the relationship that we've built with DPI Fisheries. Without this partnership, we wouldn't have the ability to work with this endangered species and, most importantly, also be able to release them into the wild to help recover their species. If you'd like to learn more about our White Seahorse Recovery Program and have an opportunity to contribute, we now have a behind-the-scenes tour that allows you to go below the surface and see our White Seahorse program up close, to visit our nurseries and also see how we're making all of this magic happen. In addition to being able to visit Sea Life Sydney Aquarium, our guests can also adopt a seahorse. Check out our Adopt a Seahorse program that helps fund the Sea Life Trust, which also helps recovery programs around the world.